my cutest little champions, I welcome you all to solve top 30 questions from this particular chapter, that is human health and diseases. So we are going according to the chapter weightage. So please do not be worried, you also go according to the first videos that have come in the way. So this is the sixth video coming in this particular series of KCET top 30 questions. So top 30 previous year questions we are solving over here. Okay, so the one rule that you have to follow is what? Pause the video and try to solve the answer by yourself and then look for the answer that I am telling you. So that is for all, please maintain that. So without much buck, let's go ahead with the first question that we are having over here. Identify the symptoms of pneumonia. What is pneumonia, children? Pneumonia is when basically in the lung, you know the lungs have bronchi, the bronchi breaks down to bronchioles, and at the end of the bronchioles you have certain bulb-like structure which you call as alveoli. Now alveoli is the place where maximum exchange of gases happens between our blood and the lungs. Okay, so basically if this alveoli is filled with mucus and stuff like that, this exchange won't be happening, and later because of the oxygen deficiency and things like that being caused, you have a disease which is known as pneumonia. So what are the symptoms of this disease? First thing, obviously if your alveoli is getting filled with any mucus or whatever thing is there, so you will be finding a difficulty in breathing, because this is where the exchange of gases is happening. Now exchange is not happening, that means your blood is not receiving enough amount of oxygen, so that means definitely difficulty in breathing has to happen. So look for the option that has difficulty in breathing. Over here you see this is the option that has difficulty in breathing. Apart from that, obviously your body is suffering, okay, the sort of an infection that is caused by a bacteria. Pneumonia in your book is caused by a bacteria, okay, two type of bacteria is given over here, but it is caused by viruses also, understand that fact. Okay, so anyways, you will get fever, you will get chills, you will have cough, you have headache. These are all symptoms of pneumonia. This came in 2023. High fever, weakness, stomach pain is not there. Okay, nasal congestion and discharge, cough, sore throat and headache. This is the symptom for common cold, and people generally get confused with this. Just understand, sore throat and everything comes more closely to common cold. I am not saying that people who have pneumonia do not have sore throat. I had pneumonia and I had sore throat. But again, nasal congestion and discharge, this is not very much common in the people who have pneumonia. People who have pneumonia would not understand also at the initial point that they have something going around in their body. When the time comes when they are not able to breathe or when they have fever, that's when we go for checkup. Okay, so basically this is one very important point that you have to remember. Nasal congestion and discharge is associated with common cold but not pneumonia, even though it can happen later on, but Constipation, no, nothing. So this will be B option. Got it? Let's go ahead with the next question. Find the correct match. You have disease, you have pathogen, you have the main organ which is affected. So dysentery is also known as amoebic dysentery, and it is going to affect your dysentery means what? Basically you have stool. Okay, stool as in the fecus, the waste material that is removed by your body. Now in the stool you will be finding blood also. There will be blood and mucus. This is what you call at dysentery. Now there is a disease that is known as amoebic dysentery, my dear children. Amoebic dysentery is caused by a protozoan. It is caused by a protozoan and it can affect the intestine but not the liver. So this is wrong. Okay, now dysentery can be simple dysentery also, that can be caused by bacteria also. That is something else. So amoebic dysentery is caused by protozoa, that is Entamoeba histolytica, but it is not affecting your liver, so this is a wrong option. Ringworm disease, you always think it's a worm that is causing a disease. No, in ringworm disease you get patches like this, like rings, which is why you call it ringworm disease. Okay, but it is actually caused by fungus and it is affecting your skin also. So this is the correct option, but let's see others. Typhoid is caused by bacteria. Yes, Salmonella typhi. But is it affecting your lungs, children? No, it affects your small intestine. So this again is wrong option. Filariasis is caused by common roundworm. No, it is caused by filarial worm. Common roundworm is Ascaris and the disease that causes is Ascariasis. Is it affecting the small intestine? No, it is affecting, filariasis is a disease that affects your lymphatic system and the genital organs in general, the lower limb and everything. Okay, so this again is wrong. The thing that is correct is B option. 2023 question. Okay, next question. Match the following columns and choose the correct option. Chalo. Haemophilus influenza. So you have the disease causative organism's name and you have the diseases over there. Let's see. Haemophilus influenzae is a bacteria and it causes something that is known as pneumonia. What does it cause? It causes pneumonia. Apart from Haemophilus influenzae, there is Streptococcus pneumonia also. There is 2O. Okay, there is Streptococcus pneumoniae as well, which causes pneumonia. Okay, both of them, they are bacteria. Now, Entamoeba histolytica, I told you it is causing what? Amoebiasis, or you call it amoebic dysentery. Okay, let's see. 1 with R. 1 with R. So, 1 with R, you have 2 options. Let's eliminate these options that you have. Now, 2 with S. 2 with S, you just have 1 option. Let's concentrate on these options and let's see if it is going correct or not. Plasmodium falciparum. Plasmodium is the one that causes malaria. In malaria, there is one malignant type of malaria which is caused by Plasmodium falciparum. So, falciparum is a species of this particular Plasmodium which is going to cause malignant type of malaria. It is going to be really, really dangerous. So, 3 goes with P. 3 is going with P. Now, Wuchereria bancrofti, or you also call it filarial worm. Over here, I told you filariasis caused by filarial worm. So, actual name of filarial worm is Wuchereria bancrofti. And there is one more type, Wuchereria malai. So, there are 2 different species. One is Wuchereria bancrofti, another one is Wuchereria malai. So, how do I remember? Bankrupt. Okay, bankrupt and malai. I remember like that, but you can remember in your own ways. Both of them, they are going to cause filariasis. Filariasis is also known as elephantiasis. Why? Because it is affecting the lymphatic system over the lower limbs. So, the lower limbs, basically it becomes swollen up like this. Okay, which looks like an elephant's leg, which is why it is also known as elephantiasis. Okay, so 1 with R, you check. Okay, 2 with S, 3 with P and 4 with Q. Is it true? Yes. So, this becomes your correct answer. This came in 2023. Next question. Identify the most infectious and fatal type of malarial parasite. I told you, Plasmodium is the one, that's for sure. And all of them are Plasmodium ones. Which one is the most malignant one? Falciparum that you have over here. Now, this came in 2022. Next question. The type of antibody is produced during the allergic reaction. So, you have to remember there are 5 types of antibodies. IgG. Ig stands for immunoglobulin. You say it's a protein. Okay. All the antibodies are protein. What protein? Immunoglobulin. So, immunoglobulin G, then you have IgA, then you have IgM, you have IgE, then you have IgD. Gamed, I remember like this. Okay. The first antibody that is passed from the placenta to the baby, it is G. Okay, the first antibody that is passed from the milk of the mother to the baby is A. So, first is this guy, the placenta, then outside it will be the milk that will be providing. M and D will be there. E, which is there, you can associate it with this, with allergy, E, you can remember like that. So, it is IgE which is being released or produced during allergic reactions. Okay, 2022 question, allergy, IgE. Okay. Now, one of the side effect of the use of anabolic steroids in females. What happens? So, you know, the sports people and people like that, they use steroids. Okay, what does it do? What is the side effect of use of anabolic steroids in the case of females? So, in the females, when they use the steroids in their body, you would be seeing muscularization. So, there will be muscle formation that will be there, okay, which is not very common, right? Which is not very common. So, cirrhosis of liver, loss of memory, hallucination, no children, it is muscularization. This becomes the correct answer. 2022. That does not mean all the sportswomen that you see are using steroids, okay? Most of the people, steroids are banned. Okay, if someone is using, they will be out. So, basically there is no use of steroids. People generally work hard for it, just like how you are working hard for your KCET examination. So, we cannot allow anyone to take that credit from you, right? Similarly, we should not be allowing steroids to take that credit from all our good superhero women that we are having over there. Next. Which one of the following is an opiate narcotic? As in, which one of the following is an opioid? Opioid is a type of drugs, right? Opioids, you get it from Papaver somniferum. That's a plant. Papaver somniferum. Opium poppy. Opium poppy. Okay. So, basically, which of them comes under opioid category? Amphetamines? No. Barbiturates, no. LSD, no. Morphine, yes. Morphine comes under opioid category. Okay, it's an opioid drug. Morphine, heroin, all of them, morphine, heroin, they are all opioid drugs got from Papaver somniferum. You have to remember the name. Tupperware, you know, no, similarly you can remember Papaver. Okay, Papa is the hero. So, Papaver somniferum. Morphine is used also, you have to remember that. Next thing, pneumonia is caused by, I already told you the answer several times. So, Haemophilus influenza is there, Streptococcus pneumonia is also there. So, can I say both A and B or none of the above? What should I say? Yes, you should be saying it's C. It should be C. So, some people remember just one and they go tick one. No, it's not like that. Please remember, for pneumonia, in the case of your book, NCERT textbook, there are 2 bacteria that is being mentioned and both of them are over here as well. Cool? Next question. The development of quick immune response in a person infected with deadly microbes by administering performed antibodies is what type of immunization? So, basically, okay, suppose I got a disease. Now, when I get a disease, initial time I will feel so bad, I'll have fever, lot of things happen. But the same disease, when it tries to come back again at me, my body will fight against it, because by this time, my body have produced certain antibodies already. So, in the initial attack, in the first time it attacked, there was less amount of antibodies. But the second time this attack has taken place, there will be more amount of antibodies, my dear children. Okay, so this is naturally how it goes. But for example, someone has got a snake bite. I cannot wait for initial attack and then for second attack. Okay, so in the initial attack, I should be having antibodies. I should be having antibodies. In the initial primary response, I should be having antibodies, but your body cannot produce it very fastly. So what do? This people who got snake bites, who get snake bites, they are given anti-venom. They are given anti-venom. Okay. When you are given anti-venom and things like that, what does this anti-venom contain? It contains preformed antibodies. Already, the antibodies which would be produced by your body, it is already given as a gift. You take it, just save your body as of now. We'll think of the next situation when it comes. So, this type where your body is not actively producing antibodies, but you are giving antibodies, you are getting antibodies from somewhere else, from somewhere outside. You call it passive immunization. It is not active. It is passive. Your body is not actively participating in this. Okay, it is not producing antibodies by itself. You are getting it. So, the development of quick immune response in a person infected with deadly microbes. Any deadly microbes. Okay, for example, tetanus. Why do you take tetanus? Tetanus. Okay, the particular thing, it also contains what? Antibodies itself. So that you remain strong. Nothing happens to you as of now. It is antibodies that you contain, that you get. So this is passive immunization. Okay, when you are actively involved, for example, I get a disease, next time there is an immune response, that is known as active immunity. This is passive immunization. Cool? Next, which of the most feared property of, which is the most feared property of malignant tumor. So, malignant tumor, there are 2 types of tumor. One is benign and the other one is malignant. Both of the cells have grown uncontrollably, but the thing with benign is that the cells which are there, they do not move to other places. They do not go to other places. But when you talk about malignant, what happens is that the cells over here which have divided uncontrollably, they will be moving down to other areas of the body. And this feature of the cancerous cell, it is known as metastasis. It is known as metastasis, which is why we said the cancer has spread. So, benign tumor, there are 2 types of tumor, benign tumor and malignant one. Benign tumor is where you have uncontrolled growth over here, it stays there. It stays there, it does not go around everywhere, you can remove it. But malignant one is where your cells are dividing and they are moving around, like at different places. This property is known as metastasis. Okay. So, the feature of malignant tumor becomes what? Metastasis. So, rapid invasive growth and everything, it is there. They will be rapidly growing invasively over here, also here also. But metastasis is something that is very much true for malignant tumor. 2021 question. Works. Next question. Identify the techniques useful in detecting the cancers of internal organs. So you want to get to know about the cancer of the internal organs. You can do a CT scan, computer tomography where you are using X-ray itself, MRI where you are using a magnetic field, radiology, all the things, okay, all the type of radiations, stuff like that, okay. All of the above, basically they are going to help you in finding cancers of the internal organs. 2021 question. Okay, these are easy questions actually. Now, which of among the following plant is a source of drug which is native to America? Any idea? Which is native to America? It is Erythroxylum coca. It is Erythroxylum coca. Cocaine. You get cocaine from Erythroxylum coca. Please remember, coke, everything you call it as a short form, okay. So cocaine is something which you get from Erythroxylum coca, and this is native to America, my dear children. Okay, cannabis sativa gives you what? Gives you cannabinoids, for example ganja, marijuana and things like that. Okay, papaver somniferum gives you opioids like morphine, heroin and stuff like that. Atropa belladonna is something else, hallucinogen. Okay, it will be giving you hallucinogenic property, as in you will be seeing that cars are flying, okay, and elephant is flying and things like that is hallucination. Okay, where it's just nothing in control, you're thinking about things which are impossible probably. Okay. So yes, Erythroxylum coca, please remember it. It gives you cocaine and it is native to America. Chalo, next. Injection of an antidote against snake bite is an example of. I told you, when you are given injection against snake bite, this should be containing what? Preformed antibodies. The antibodies that could protect your body at that point of time. You would not wait for your body to produce it. So again, is your body actively producing anything? No. So I won't say it is active immunity. I would say it is passive immunity. Okay, 2020 question. Cool. Next question. Certain tumors are called malignant because. Why do you think certain tumors? You saw benign and the other one malignant. Why do you think it is malignant? They are not neoplastic. They are neoplastic. Neoplastic as in they can, let's say, the structural changes can be really, really quick. That is what you mean by neoplasticity. They are not neoplastic. No, they are neoplastic. They are confined to specific location. No, children. No. They invade and damage surrounding tissues. Yes. What do you call this? What do you call this? You call this metastasis. They are moving around. They are invading other tissues. They are damaging all of them. This is known as metastasis, and this is a feature of malignant tumor. They show contact inhibition. What do you mean by contact inhibition? Contact inhibition as in, for example, this is a cell. Okay, this cell divides into two. Then this cell also divides into two. Now it won't divide. Once it comes in contact with other cell, it won't be dividing. This is known as contact inhibition. This is shown by our normal cells. Okay, our normal cells does this. But in cancer cell, you don't find this feature. You say they have lost contact inhibition. They have lost the contact inhibition. Over here, when you say certain tumors are called malignant, because why? Because they are the ones, they have the property to move around the body to invade and damage all the tissues around them. And they also do not show contact inhibition. Over here, they have written that they show contact inhibition. So this is not the case. And well, this is common for benign tumor also, so I won't say this is the answer anyways. Even if it was loss of contact inhibition, still I won't say it is the answer. I will still go with this because this is more correct option. Metastasis is being shown over here. 2020 question. Next question. The transport of which neurotransmitter is interfered by cocaine? So what happens is that at the end of a neuron, no, synaptic knob, this is one synaptic knob, and then you have another neuron coming over here, okay, and they have their receptors. So what happens is that from this neuron, suppose a neurotransmitter is being released which is known as dopamine. So after some point of time, this dopamine will try to get back inside, but over here cocaine comes and blocks this pathway. Cocaine comes and blocks this pathway, which is why the dopamine is released, it keeps on going on there over here, and what happens, the dopamine goes and attaches on the next neuron and the signaling goes on, which is why dopamine is known as happy hormone. So if its secretion is more, then obviously that person will be in the state of euphoria, too much happiness. So basically, which is why we say we should not be having cocaine, because you are messing up with this system altogether. That person will be really, really, really happy. So the transport of which neurotransmitter is interfered by cocaine, children? It is dopamine. This is a neurotransmitter that is being interfered. It is the happy hormone, and when it is interfered, what do you get? You get euphoria. Okay, intense happiness, feeling of intense happiness. Cool. Next, 16. In the life cycle of Plasmodium, fertilization takes place in. In the life cycle of Plasmodium, fertilization takes place. Always remember sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction of Plasmodium always takes place in the mosquito. So you know mosquito is a vector for Plasmodium. It is a vector, it carries this particular Plasmodium, one stage of it, and then gives it to us. So in the mosquito's gut, basically the gametes are produced and they fuse, okay, and they form something else at the end. From the gut, things move to the salivary gland of the mosquito. And what stage it is? It is known as sporozoite stage. What do you call this stage as? You call it sporozoite stage. Now this in the sporozoite stage, what happens? It will bite us and it will give us this sporozoite. In our body, this sporozoite stage will again undergo so many different type of asexual mode of reproduction and stuff like that, and it will form something that is known as gametocyte. So gametocyte is the stage where it can form the gametes, but it does not form the gametes in our body. In our blood, it stays in the form of gametocytes. Now, when this guy, mosquito, comes and drinks our blood, it gets the gametocyte. Now, the gametocytes are inside the mosquito's gut. In the mosquito's gut, the gametocyte will divide to form gametes, and their sexual reproduction will happen. So, always remember, sexual reproduction will happen in the mosquito's gut only. There is no other option. So, it is not happening in the liver cells, salivary glands of the mosquito, no. RBCs of human, no. Gut of the mosquito, this is the answer. Okay, from here the sporozoite, when it enters our body, it will go to the liver first, then it will go to the RBC, and there it will form gametocytes. But fertilization happens here only, whatever you say. So it is the gut of the mosquito. 2020 question, very important question. Cool. Next question. Identify the incorrect statement. So please underline incorrect. We have to find the incorrect statement. HIV is transmitted by mosquito bite. HIV is not transmitted by mosquito bite. Listen, mosquito is not a mad thing, okay. Mosquito would not be giving you the blood. For example, suppose mosquito bit a person A who had HIV. Now, mosquito comes and bites you, okay. Mosquito is not going to give the blood it collected from the other person. It is greedy of the blood. It will take the blood from you, and there is no contact of the blood happening over here. It releases its saliva, and saliva has nothing to do with this. Okay, saliva has nothing to do with the whole process of the mosquito thing I am talking about. Okay, HIV, how it is transferred? It is transferred to the body fluids. It can be blood, it can be the genital fluids that is being released and everything. Mosquito bite, through it, it cannot be spread. As I said, it is not transferring the blood over here. Okay, mosquito is just giving its own saliva, which obviously would not be carrying anything. Okay, so HIV is transmitted by mosquito bite. This is a wrong statement and you had to find the incorrect one. You have already got it, but let's see the other options. Pneumonia is a bacterial disease. Yes, it is a bacterial disease. It can be caused by virus also, which is not given in a book. Cancer is a non-infectious disease. Yes, it is non-infectious. Someone has cancer, I cannot get cancer just because I am getting near them. No, it is non-infectious. It is not infectious. Infectious as in something that you can get from other person through aerosols or things like that, from air, from water, from food and things like that. That is infectious. Over here, cancer is not infectious. Ringworm is a fungal disease. This is also correct, children. It is a fungal disease. It is caused by Microsporum species, Trichophyton, Epidermophyton species. Okay, all species of the fungus. So this is the incorrect statement. Okay, 2019 question. Next question. A person shows symptoms like sneezing, watery eyes, running nose and difficulty in breathing on exposure to certain substances in air. Which type of antibody is produced during such condition? So over here they are sneezing, they are doing this, they are finding difficulty in breathing, watery eyes is there. What type of antibody is being produced over this? First thing, you have to recognize what type of condition is it showing. It is showing that the person is allergic to something. We have allergy, and in allergy, which antibody will be there? IgE. Okay, they have twisted the question and asked you. But my children are very clever. They already know the answer, right? So, it is allergy and it is IgE. 2019 question. Cool. Let's go for the next question. A man was suffering from mental illness like depression and insomnia. Identify the drug which is normally used as a medicine in such cases. Morphine. Listen, morphine is used as a painkiller and a sedative. Painkiller as in it kills the pain, and sedative as in it lets you sleep. Okay. So, but for diseases like insomnia and depression, there are amphetamines, benzodiazepines, barbiturates that are given, and lysergic acid diethylamide, LSD. This is chemical. This is being given. This is not given in your NCERT, but this is the answer. Nicotine is something which is not something given to human beings. Nicotine increases the blood pressure and things like that. Heroin, again, it is a depressant that is being used for a person dealing with depression. You won't give depressant. Okay. And morphine, as I said, is a painkiller and sedative. So I'll say lysergic acid diethylamide. This is the answer. If you had options as amphetamines, benzodiazepines and stuff like that, or barbiturates, you should be ticking that. But if you have option like this, LSD, you can tick on that as well. Okay. 2019 question. Next question. Identify the enzyme that catalyzes the step labeled as M in the schematic representation of replication of retrovirus. So over here I see there is viral RNA, and from viral RNA you are getting viral DNA. So usual cases, the DNA is the one that will help in the formation of RNA, and this RNA will be helping in the formation of a protein. This is known as transcription. This is known as translation. Now over here I am seeing the reverse of it is happening. RNA is forming DNA. So can I say reverse transcription is happening over here? Reverse transcription is happening over here. And what will be the enzyme, children? Reverse transcriptase. It will be reverse transcriptase that will be over here. So you are asked to identify the enzyme that catalyzes the step labeled over here. It will be reverse transcriptase. Works? Cool? Okay, this is 20th question. Next, from which of the given plants is a drug whose skeletal structure is given below extracted? You have Papaver somniferum, you have Atropa belladonna, you have Cannabis sativa, you have Erythroxylum coca. So which one, the drug, which is this drug, and from which plant is it taken? I will say it is Cannabis sativa, cannabinoids. Okay, it is that drug that is taken from Cannabis sativa. Cannabinoids comes under this category. This is the thing. Okay, it's a direct question. So let's give it a chunk over here. Just give me a second. Okay, yes. Now let's go ahead with the next option. Say the next question that we are having. Okay, and how do you remember it? Oh, just a second. Okay, they have not given the full structure also. There should be something like this also. Okay, that's been formed. Okay, chalo chodo. Question number 22. Identify the odd one from the following: alpha interferon, oncogenic virus, proto-oncogenes, UV rays. What will be the odd one out, children? I will say it is alpha interferon. Alpha interferon is used for the treatment of cancer. It is used for the treatment of cancer. But when you talk about oncogenic virus, when you talk about proto-oncogenes or UV rays, all of them, they are the causative agents of cancer. They cause cancer, my dear children. Okay, oncogenic virus as in certain virus which has the gene, oncogene, which when transferred to human, the cell become cancerous. Proto-oncogenes are there in human body, but they are not, in normal form, they will be releasing their own stuff. Okay, they will be making their own protein. But when they are mutated, they can be cancerous. UV rays, again, there's a physical form of carcinogen. Okay, they all are carcinogen. The causative agents of cancer are known as carcinogens. So they are all carcinogens, my dear children. Okay, so the odd one out will be this, because this is used for the treatment of cancer. Cool. Now next question. During replication of retrovirus, what happens? Viral protein is introduced in the host cell as in the one that it is affecting. Okay, Viral RNA is introduced into the host cell, viral DNA is introduced into the host cell, transcriptase enzyme is introduced into the host cell. So during replication of retroviruses usually have RNA as a genetic material, and the first thing that they do is they introduce the viral RNA into the host cell. You saw it right over here. Okay, you saw that over here you had the retrovirus that had the RNA, it inserted its RNA first. Okay, so it will be viral RNA is introduced into the host cell. This RNA will help in the formation of DNA. This DNA gets incorporated into our DNA, and it will use our machinery to form proteins and stuff like that. Okay, so it will be viral RNA is introduced into the host cell. So you're talking about replication. During replication of retrovirus, that's when you're talking about RNA. Okay, next thing. In malignant tumors, the cell divide rapidly and move to distant parts of the body and cause new tumors. This property is known as, I already told you, it is known as metastasis. Okay, it is known as metastasis. When a cell is basically cancerous and is moving to different location, this property is known as metastasis. Next, match the items column 1 with those in column 2 and choose the correct answer. Chalo. Hepatitis vaccine, I'll keep it last. Preformed antibodies, when will I have preformed antibodies? When I am taking against snake venom. At that point of time, I want the antibodies to be already made and kept. So B goes with Q. So B with Q, I have all the options like that. Colostrum. Colostrum is the first milk of the mother that is passed to the child. And I already told you the antibody which is passed through this is A, IgA. Gamed, remember? G goes in the placenta, A is from the milk, A goes from the milk. So colostrum goes with IgA. So C is with P. Let's see, C is with P. There are only two options, C is with P. So this and this becomes an option. The rest of them let's cut. Now PMNL, what do you mean by that? Polymorphonuclear leukocytes. Polymorphonuclear leukocytes as in they have different shapes of, or basically sizes of nucleus over there. Leukocytes as in you're talking about white blood cells. So which one of them have different shapes of nucleus and stuff like that? Which leukocyte, which type of WBC have different shapes of nucleus and stuff like that? It will be neutrophil. This is neutrophil. It's given in bracket, neutrophil. Polymorphonuclear leukocytes, that means you're talking about neutrophils, my dear children. So PMNL goes with R. So over here I just one option with R. Let's see if A is with S. Yes, A is with S. So hepatitis vaccine was the first vaccine that was being made in laboratory condition with the help of yeast. Okay, it was done with the help of yeast. Sorry, I should not be saying first vaccine, but yes. Hepatitis vaccine was made with the help of yeast. So it goes with this, and hence this becomes your answer. Cool? 2018 question. Next question. Identify the incorrect statement from the following. B cells produce antibodies. So B lymphocytes, there are different type of leukocytes, WBCs. One is lymphocyte, other is neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil. In lymphocytes only you have leukocyte and lymphocyte is different. Okay, leuco is a bigger category. Leukocyte means you're talking about all the WBCs, white blood cells. In them you have lymphocytes. In lymphocytes you have B and you have T. B1 is responsible for the production of something that is known as antibodies. So B lymphocytes produce antibodies, it is true. Interferons kills viruses. Interferons are what, children? For example, this cell is affected by virus. Since it is affected, it will release something that is known as interferons. These interferons would tell other cells that, hey, there is a problem going on, you have to be safe. That's the only thing that they do. They alert the other cells that there is a viral infection that has taken place. It does not kill the virus. It does not kill the virus. So this is exactly wrong, and this is what we had to find, incorrect statement. By doing so, it calls other cells, by alerting this, it calls other cells to come and save the cell. Okay. So interferon kills viruses, that is wrong, but let's see other things. Response of T cells is called cell mediated immunity. Okay. Now the T lymphocytes which is there, okay, it takes the help of other cells. It takes the help of other cells, or by itself only it can kill the pathogen and stuff like that. So I'll say it is cell mediated. It is cell mediated immunity. So T cells are responsible for cell mediated immunity. B cells are responsible for humoral immunity. Why humoral? Because the antibodies which they produce, they go in the blood only, and blood is a humor, a fluid. So Humoral immunity is provided by B cells, cell mediated is provided by T cells. Now macrophages are phagocytic cells. Yes, macrophage, which is again a type of WBC, it is a phagocytic cell. That means, for example, I am a pathogen. This macrophage will come and eat me, engulf me. Okay, they are phagocytic cells. Phagocytic cells. Okay, they take larger things inside and kill it. So that is also true. So this is something that is false. This is incorrect statement. Cool. Next one. In humans, common cold is caused by. So common cold is caused by a group of viruses which you call as rhinoviruses, which repeatedly change their genetic material, which is why we are not able to find any cure for common cold. Anyone who has a cold will be having cold for 7 days, and after that it will go off. Our body will naturally fight, but every time it comes, our body is not able to, we have it for 7 days because our body itself is tired of making antibodies for it. Every time it comes in a new shape, new variety and things like that. So there is a group of viruses which you call as rhinoviruses. Cool. Okay. Next question. Which of the following vector-borne diseases are caused by Aedes mosquito? So Aedes mosquito is responsible for causing 2 diseases. Can you try it out? It is dengue and chikungunya. Malaria is caused by Anopheles mosquito. Filariasis or elephantiasis, there is a vector. Even though it is caused by Vicariaria bancrofti or filarial worm, the larvae of it is transferred with the help of Culex mosquito. Please remember, Culex is the vector for, it is a vector, okay, we are talking about vector. It is a vector for filariasis, okay, or elephantiasis. For malaria, the vector is what? Anopheles mosquito. And for dengue and chikungunya, you have Aedes mosquito. All the places, these mosquitoes, no, they are female mosquitoes. They are what? Female mosquitoes. Female mosquitoes are the one that feed on blood. The male mosquitoes, they feed on the plant sap. Okay, which is why I said it is female mosquito. Which mosquito? Aedes mosquito. Cool. Next thing. Morphine is obtained from the what? Morphine is obtained from inflorescence of cannabis? No. Morphine is, you get it from Papaver somniferum or opium poppy plant. So cannabis sativa is wrong, Erythroxylum coca is wrong, poppy plant is correct. The other name of poppy plant is Papaver somniferum. From the latex of poppy plant, they have some things like that, okay, in which like pulpy shade things like this. From there you have latex rubber like thingy, milky thingy coming out. You take that for the making of what? Morphine. So latex of poppy plant is being used for preparing morphine. Then you do some more changes in morphine, deacetylation and stuff like that, you get heroin. That is the next drug. That is the next opioid drug. Both of them that comes under opioid only. Root of Atropa belladonna, no children. So this is the correct answer for this. Now the last question we have, and this is this, I think the most lesser time that I have taken for solving 30 questions of a chapter. Okay, because I am telling you, this chapter will give you direct questions, no more magajmari in your head and all. It's very easy. So please go through the NCERT really well. Direct questions are coming from this chapter. It will help you score really well. So don't lose this opportunity. A person who has allergy, the type of antibody produced in his body is allergy, IgE. So see how many times this question is repeated in different forms. And this is 2016 question, my dear children. So with this, we have completed the 30 previous year questions from this particular chapter. Okay, now tomorrow we will be dealing with the next chapter, that will be sexual reproduction. Not tomorrow, basically whenever the video is posted, it will be sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Probably we will be dealing with that particular thing. Okay, so that's all, champions. Now if you think that this particular video was useful for you, then definitely do not forget to subscribe to our channel, that is Deeksha Karnataka. Okay, and I hope that you are studying, and if you're finding any difficulty in whatever I taught you, you can put it in the comment section. If you have any doubts associated with the question that I did, you can put it down, the question itself, in the comment section. I will solve it for you. Okay, so please feel very free to do so, and if you have anything good to say, definitely you can put that also. Whatever is your need, do that, in the comment section. We would be definitely giving you a fast and a quick reply. Okay, we will be helping you really well. Now, in the previous chapters also, if you have any doubts, you can do the same. There is common thing for all. So that's all, my dear children. I hope that you are having a good day. Please be happy, take care of yourself, and all the very best for your preparation. Bye-bye.